Thank you, Sudhir Sahab. You are already running late, so I'll be as brief as possible because all of us have come here to hear Mr. Gandhi, and he is the person who actually had a ringside view of 2010 Andhra Pradesh crisis. So he has lots to say and lots to advise. I would make it very brief. And essentially, I'll be repeating what I had said at Satish's MFIN conference. So this is RBI's way of saying that now all regulations will have to be not in accordance with the nature of the beast, like whether you are a bank or MFI, but it's an activity-based regulation. So it's microfinance. Whoever is in microfinance will be regulated on the same way, in the same way, and essentially that makes it a level playing field, and that does not give you any more excuse that look, some banks are coming here and doing certain things which they should not do. So there is no more excuse for not doing well for the microfinance entities. So I'm just telling you the other side of it. That's one part of it. And you see the essentially it's all freedom. It's a free market, how many people can give, free market, what will be the loan rate, everything is a free. So whether so one is a level playing field and second is a free market. So with the freedom comes your responsibility, because even though it's a level playing field in comes to, when it comes to regulation, it's not a level playing field when it comes to cost of funds. Your cost of fund is more than higher, much higher than the bank's cost of funds. Probably it's a 10%, 11, 12 percentage point, there will be differential, the cost of funds. So how do you compete? That's the thing, whether banks will not be able to get in where you are already in, because of this linking it to their ability, the microfinance borrowers ability to pay back their household income, etc. But even in the new market, so you have to go to the new market, because you can't just allow the borrowers to be over leveraged, what has been happening till now probably. But then how do you compete with banks? So you need to be more efficient. You need to be more efficient. Probably you need to depend more on technology. That does not mean that group meetings are not important, because here there is no collateral. Group meetings are collateral. So you build relationship with them. So while your cost of fund is much higher, but you need to figure out how do you manage this? How do you be competitive? Well, the popular belief is this: because there is no other source and you are always being compared with the money lenders, so you can get away by 24, 26, 28% interest rate charging. That may not be correct, because banks and small finance banks and universal bank will be in the same market. So again, I'm coming back to that. I'm not getting into all the other nitty-gritty. You need to be more efficient, and you need to depend on newer things like credit rating, etc., etc., because you can now charge any interest to anybody. So in the same geography, if my credit rating is bad, you can charge me 24%, but if somebody else's credit rating is good, you can charge them 18% or so. So at the end of the day, I'm just summarizing. As I said, I don't want to talk more. Yes, this is a level playing field. There is no more excuse for you, for the microfinance entities, for not doing well and blaming the banks. It will not happen anymore. At the same time, there is no level playing field when it comes to the cost of funds, because with the same funds you have to fight. I mean, with the higher cost of funds, you have to fight with banks. So that means you need to go to newer geographies in search of new markets. You need to look for new customers, and you need to be more efficient in the sense how to bring down the cost income ratio, how to bring down the 10 percentage point, the spread that you enjoy to 7 or 8 percentage point. That means probably depending more on digitalization, depending more on credit rating and all the other finance aspects. So I think it's a completely new era that will start, and that's the reality. So don't just say 3 cheers and is the level playing field. With the freedom, lots of responsibilities, and you have to see how to change yourself. So it's a completely new way of doing business, where the boards will be more responsible and you need to be more efficient. and probably digitalization has to come. There is no choice. At the same time, because there is these business are not backed by collaterals, you need to keep the relationship going as thick as possible to ensure the quality of assets. With that, Sinha Saab, I am through, and let's get on moving. Thank you, Upma. Thank you, Mr. Sinha.